Greetings, happy Thursday, Jupiter day. Quick word while I got a little time on my way to the gym. Listen, y'all, part of a big part of the transformation journey that I've been on, the elevation journey I've been on, is really getting into a good sweet spot when it comes to taking care of my body. And one of the main things is moving the body. I noticed that when you really commit to moving the body, and not just for the sake of looking good, not just for the sake of losing weight, but just because you honor the body needs to move, it needs to have its circulation. It really changes everything. Peace, y'all. It changes everything. Whether you move or not really impacts how you think, how you feel. And for me, both of those are super important to me. How I'm thinking and how I'm feeling on my journey. Because if I'm not feeling that up to par, and then if my thoughts are everywhere, then, you know, I can't stay on my square. And so for me, when I don't move, when I have those days where I let the, hey sis, when I let the, you know, just me just not wanting to, not feeling like getting up and doing nothing. When I let that happen for too many days, I can feel it. And I can notice my thoughts. You know, I really start to feel, you know, those thoughts that we don't want to entertain. They start kind of having room to take root. Anybody ever experienced that? You lay around for a couple of days, you haven't really moved, you haven't really got out the house, you haven't really, you know, did anything, and you start to feel like, man, I feel a little depressed. You know, like, nah, that really does impact. I do truly believe that a big part of our society having such high rate of people with what's called depression, or, you know, chronic depression, all those different type of things, is because we are a sedentary nation. I mean, we don't move enough. We don't get out in the sun enough, you know, and now it's even worse after the pandemic, because now, although it was a blessing to be able to have these at-home jobs and these type of things, because boy, it was brutal, you know, before we was able to get those things, because darn, we was grinding it out, right? But now, sedentary, it's gotten really rough. It's gotten really rough. Like, and working from home, I don't know about y'all, but if I choose to, I could work from home a lot, you know. But for me, I can't do a lot of work from home, because I don't know, I'm not as productive. I'm not gonna get up and move as much. So, you know, for me, at the very least, getting up, getting dressed, getting out the house, like, I could do everything that I'm doing. I could do it in my living room, but I get up and go to the garden, or I get up and go to a local cafe. But that's gonna get me moving. It's gonna get me around other life force energies. It's gonna get me going. So, you know, that's not really what I came to talk about, but I really say to people, like, a part of your transformation journey, even if it's just like some people, I mean, a lot of people are wanting to develop personally. And so a lot of things they're focusing on is, you know, their emotional wellness, and, you know, trying to be more successful maybe, or trying to be a part of every plan that we create. You know, when I'm with clients and we talk about our Livity plan, because that's one of the most important things. If you want to find real change, you got to have a plan. It's going to be movement. A part of it is going to be movement. Meditation is going to be a part of it. Movement is going to be a part of it. Mind exercises is going to be a part of it. All of these things are a part of a Livity plan. Your eating, you know, is going to be a part of it. Your prayer life is going to be a part of it. Like, all of these, when I think about Livity plan and when I'm working with clients, I'm thinking about your wellness, and that's multi-tiered, of course. I'm thinking about your spiritual practices, your regimen, your practice. What are you doing to stay balanced, stay in alignment, stay growing in divine understanding and spiritual strength and knowledge and all that kind of thing. And then I'm also gonna be like, what are you doing with the temple? So all of that is a part of it, you know. And what I really hopped on here today to talk about, but giving thanks that I was led to, you know, lead with that, but is, you know, the importance of you, because this is going to be a big part of the Liberty Plan, is how are you going to govern the mind? A lot of people come around, you know, let me say that differently. I think in this age, especially with this being the age of Aquarius, and more people are becoming enlightened and more awakened, and they're realizing that religion doesn't necessarily determine whether you are spiritually strong or not. What if you're religious doesn't necessarily say you are spiritually strong, if that makes sense. A lot of people are realizing that you can be religious, you can be of a religion for many years, but be very weak in your spiritual, you know, with your spiritual strength. And so a lot of people are realizing that, and so they're becoming attracted to spirituality, thinking, and I always, at every point in time that I have an opportunity, I like to say this so it can be clear. Religion should be your way of practicing your practice as a spiritual being. That's what a religion should be. Whatever religion you choose, it should assist you with practicing your practice as a spiritual being. Period. If it doesn't do that, then it's pointless. It's just rote. It's ego. It's you making yourself feel better. That's all it is. It's you trying to make yourself feel righteous. It's self-righteous. If it's not helping you to align with your higher self through spiritual practice, some kind of spiritual practice, then it's fruitless. So religion and spirituality actually goes hand in hand, but unfortunately people see it as something different. I ain't spiritual like that, what people be saying. I'm religious. My religion, I believe in Jesus, you know. I'm gonna stop, or whatever people feel, you know. That sounded real rough. I gotta be careful with how I be being funny, but I'm not, you know, I don't judge. I know, I understand. I've been there. We haven't been taught, you know, we don't know. So I pray I'm not being offensive. I'm really not trying to be. I'm not trying to defend anything either. So anywho, when you begin to understand that, you know, I'm a spiritual being, and in order for me to be in alignment with the best of myself, the best of my journey, my destiny, my divine path, then there are certain things I have to cultivate. There are certain things I have to do. And one of the things that I think people starting to jump into with this understanding now, or at least a revelation about spirituality versus religion, they're jumping into a lot of ritual, and they want to do all of these, how do I do this spirit, you know, that it's like a romanticization of rituals and this and that. It's like, before you jump to all of the doing spirituality, you know, learn how to cultivate the being of spirituality. And a part of that being is, if you focus on nothing else, focus on how to govern the mind. Because your thoughts are far reaching. So you can do all the rituals, all the prayers, all the whatever you're doing. But if you don't learn how to cultivate the mind, how to, for the lack of better words, because I feel that it may be, how to govern the mind. I feel like people get too, I got to govern my mind. Not like that. But if you don't learn how to govern the mind, direct the mind, protect the mind, if you don't understand the mind and how it works as a spiritual being, then you might find yourself a bit fruitless. Well, actually, you're going to be fruitful, but you're going to be fruitful in wherever your mind is. So it's the same way, like people go and they pray. I've been praying on this. I've been praying about this. I've been praying about this. Okay, but where have your mind been? Have you been governing the mind? Governing the mind? As you washing the dishes, what you thinking about? As you driving out, what you thinking about? As you talking to your friends and all of this and venting and all of this stuff, what is the mind on? And not only the mind, now your tongue is on it, because that's where your mind is. If you don't focus on anything else, I believe that will be one of the most powerful things for you to focus on, to help see your life shift in a certain kind of way. Because the reality is, mind becomes matter. And if you want to shift the matter around you, you got to shift the mind. That's just point blank. And so a lot of the sessions that I do with, whether I'm doing a reading or I'm doing coaching or whatever I'm doing, I talk a lot about how people think, mindset, how you're thinking about something. And it could be a battle because, Queen, how else am I supposed to think about it? I understand your plight, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to change your mind about it. You're going to have to. Well, Queen, something so great, so big, so traumatic, so wrong, so, how can I change? I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying it might be difficult. And there are ways that you can change your mind. There are ways that there are tools that you can use to help support that process. But also, one of the biggest things is you got to understand the reality of God. Because if you don't understand the reality of God, you don't have something that you're standing on to support you. So all you trying to do is use your personal will to govern the mind. You're trying to use your personal will to shift the mind, but you can't. It ain't gonna work like that. You have to be standing in and founded in some principles that's gonna sustain you when your ego want to be like, man, F this. I want to think how I'm thinking. And I want to be negative, and I want to be mad, and I want to be resentful, and I want to be disgusted, and I want to be that. Because like Abraham Hicks, I hear her say all the time, it feels better to be mad than feel hopeless. It feels better to feel resentment and have somebody to blame than to feel despairing. I get it. But at the same time, you have to have something that you rooted in and that you are standing firm in, even in those times where everything in you want to be mad. Everything in you want to feel resentment. Everything in you want to feel lack. But there's something you got to be rooted in, some truth, some understandings, some principles, some laws, some that you have to be founded in to get you through those times. Because whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, whether you understand it or not, law of attraction is real. These laws of being and laws of life and how energy work and how thoughts work and how all of that work is very, very real. And if you're not addressing that, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you got going on, if you're not addressing that, then you're not going to find sustainable growth. You're not going to find sustainable expansion. You'll be expanding and you'll be growing, but you will be expanding and growing in whatever your mind is on. And so you can have the best intention in the world, but if you can't govern your mind in the process of that unfolding or the process of that manifestation or in the process of that situation, circumstance, whatever, if you can't govern your mind and you let it take off, whenever you're triggered, whenever you're doubtful, whenever you're fearful, whenever you just let your mind, I can see it sometimes. I'll be with people, with individuals, and I can hear the double-mindedness, and I can see the fight. So I understand it. I'm empathetic about it. I'm compassionate about it. But I'm not going to move off, the topic of you got to govern your mind. You got to change your mind. You got to change your mind. Change your mind. Then the next step is change your words. Then your next step is change the things that's stimulating you. Change your environment so you can govern your triggers. Like stop talking to that person who is negative. and who ain't got no hope and nothing. Like, stop talking. Why are you talking to them? I don't care if that's your mama. I don't care if that's your daddy. That's your spouse. Stop telling your spouse stuff if your spouse is negative. If you got a negative spouse, I ain't telling you to ditch them, but I'm definitely telling you to be careful with what you share with them. I'm not saying be secretive, but be protective of what you're sharing. You may help them to see the light. If you can stop, and we're only doing that because you want validation, you want somebody to support you want somebody. So, it's multi-layered to how you can achieve, a level of balance of the mind, a level of balance of your triggers and all of that. Those type of things. It's so multi-tiered. It's so the depth of the topic of staying in alignment is staying in the middle, staying balanced, staying calm, staying aware, staying open, staying poised, staying it's multi-tiered. It's multi-tiered. That's why I suggest people to get coaching. Like, if you out here winging it, I just, the blessing of this age of what's considered to be this age of Aquarius is we do have more and more viable, good coaches. Therapy is one thing, but there's a difference between therapy and coaching. I'm going to just be frank. And I'm not putting one above the other, but I'm saying it is a difference between therapy and coaching. Coaching is it's literally that. It's coaching you. And so I say right now, before I gotta go, because I'm procrastinating, because I don't feel like my workout this morning, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say this. If you've never experienced coaching before, go to the link in my bio. Go to OU Ministries, the one that says OU Ministries. Hit that link. Go to my website. Go to the tab that says what we offer. Hit that coaching link. And hit the introductory session. Get you an introductory session. It's half off the usual price. You can try it out. You know what I'm saying? And try it out. The shift that I see after one session, not bigging myself up, not gassing myself up, definitely giving thanks for the blessing and the power of clarity and understanding. Because when you just never thought of something one way and something hits you and resonate with you, it's called quickening. And you get a quickening, it could change the way you think. And when you change the mind, when you shift the mind, the matter around you change. This is why coaching actually changes lives. This is why when you have a good coach and the coach helps you to shift your mindset, your life shifts. It's real. Whatever kind of coaching, financial coaching, business coaching, whatever. When you sit with a good coach and they help you to establish a mindset that's in alignment with what you're looking for, it's powerful. And so myself, I'm considered to be, a wellness coach, holistic wellness coach, spiritual development coach, personal development coach, get your life coach, get your life. That's what the type of coaching I do. If you don't do it no other time, I'm telling you, try it out, because you may know that you need to change your mind. You may know that there has to be something subtly that I'm not paying attention to because I'm not seeing my life unfold how I want to. You may not know. I get it. Get the introductory session. Go to the link in the bio. Go to OU Ministries, the website. It's going to take you to my website. Go to what we offer, hit coaching, and get you that introductory coaching session. All right? Y'all root me on, because I'm back with my trainer again. And I did that workout yesterday. I was like, oh my God. Oh my Lord. And I know what workout we doing today. I'm like, oh my God. I say that, but then I love it. It's like, I love it. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy your Thursday.